let's chat about Super Six. How did you guys do on the FA Cup round? I struggled massively because it's so hard to predict FA Cup fixtures.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Very hard.
I did really well.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
How many points?
Oh.
9 points.
That's not bad.
Not bad
For you. That's great.
Mate, when you say for me, I'm the best at this game and this
Yeah,
table.
I'm worried about my form going into the back end of the business end of the season on Super Six. Not looking good. Let's talk about Jordan Henderson's return to English football. Obviously, he's coming out and kind of
Chelsea.
implying that he's not enjoying the culture in Saudi Arabia. I think he's come out and explicitly said he's not enjoying the climate and he's struggling in terms of his performances. What does it mean for Jordan Henderson to already be leaving Saudi Arabia?
I think he's already cashed in. He said, I've made enough money here.
You know, there's going to be huge tax implications for him, though.
Oh, is
It's
it?
going to cost him money to get out. If he does get out, it's going to cost him a fortune.
I think he should stick it. If that's the case, then he should stick it out then. Well, okay, let me ask you a
Guy's a
question.
footballer.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Jordan Henderson's doing something cheeky here and thinking, you know what, I think I could get back into the England setup if I'm here for 6 months?
I think it's about that.
I think it could be about that, you know.
Can I ask you, though, do you think
More than
that
the-
his
more than
England
the
place
football
is in
itself.
jeopardy? Not should his England place be in jeopardy, but with the manager that we have, do you think his England place is in jeopardy?
100%.
Do you?
It should be.
Different question. Is it?
No, it's not. No,
I think
he's still on the bench.
Southgate. I think Southgate takes him.
Bit experience.
Whatever is happening in his career, wherever he's playing, I think Gareth Southgate will have Jordan Henderson on the plane to Berlin, regardless.
Do you think Southgate's had that conversation with him, saying, you know what, Jordan, you need to play a bit more football, probably to the highest level, get a loan.
Maybe.
Because obviously I want you in my setup, but you need to be to the
But
standard.
these Jordan Henderson comments are so they run a little bit deeper than someone saying I want a loan move to get back. You know, we've seen so many players that want to come back from MLS football to play Premier League football for 6 months and then go back. They're happy in America or whatever. The comments that I'm seeing following the kind of implication from his time in Saudi Arabia, his side are struggling in the league. They're losing more games than they're even drawing and winning. They're really struggling. Steven Gerrard might get sacked. Suddenly he's out there. He's got no English manager. They might bring a random manager in. You don't know. I think it's a big comment on the state of the league. I think the league has fallen flat on its face based on the amount of hype we gave it in the summer.
Mate, I saw a
standard of the
picture.
league's
I saw a clip, one of those, you know, just on the internet. I don't know if you've seen it. It's Steven Gerrard managing, and I'm not joking. It's about 800 people in the stadium, and the stadium could easily hold 30,000. Like, it's gone flat. It's really gone flat over there.
Yeah.
They after the World Cup, the hype was around the Middle East, obviously, and they capitalized off it. Obviously, they came into our transfer market, took all our players, but obviously the quality of football is not going to be that great because they've got older players that's coming to the end of their career.
Yeah, dead end players.
Do you know what I do think, though, is I don't agree with this, but where do you boys sit on it? I think people are incredibly harsh to Jordan Henderson. They kind of make this more of a moral story, a moral tale, than simply a footballing one or one of the furtherance of your finance. You know, they make it more of a he went out there to heal the world and sort out the LGBT conversation.
Make the brand of the Saudi Arabian football bigger.
And he
doing a
hasn't
David
done that.
Beckham like LA Galaxy and all
Yeah.
that.
It's never going to work, though.
know.
He ain't the same level as
Ultimately, he went out there to earn himself and his family a fortune, and I'm never going to be sneery about that. I'm never ever going to hold it against somebody who does their best to earn as much money as possible
Yeah,
for their
I agree.
family.
I agree.
I know that we're not. When I was a kid, you know what? When I was a kid, everyone wanted to be rich, and you'd say that like
We still do,
in my
as
flat,
adults.
In
As
my,
an adult.
in my flat when I was young, people didn't know how they were going to get there. They were going to be a DJ or an MC or a footballer or whatever, but they were going to be rich. It's changed, hasn't it? If you say now that you wanted to be wealthy or Jordan Henderson wanted to earn money, it's kind of seen as like, well, that's not very nice.
There's more implications,
It's
isn't
more-
there?
like, Whereas I don't know if I'll probably get loads of grief for this, but I kind of think good luck to him. He's done it.
He's
best.
done it, yeah, he's done
won
everything.
everything there is to win in football. He had the opportunity to make his family so financially secure.
Because what's the difference between the Saudi league and the MLS league a couple of years ago? Not really. There's not much difference. People used to go there for retirement. It's not as
Yeah.
high level
Yeah.
football is not that good. It's not that.
Yeah, but he should have.
Politically, I think the reason people get the hump and the reason why Jordan Henderson comes in for very sneery headlines and comment is the political climate of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he was a proponent of rainbow laces, and he was big in that kind of progressive side of football, which is I think is really important in this country. And then he has thrown it away a little bit. But I always stick to the footballing side of things. If he's not interested in playing for England, he thinks his level's really fallen off, then he has to. I would have implored him in the summer to stay at Liverpool, get a move to Villa, get a move to maybe Forest, one of these bigger clubs that have just come up last season, for example. But to go to Saudi Arabia and then still sit there and think, I want to play for England at the Euros. He's not taken football first when he's gone to Saudi Arabia. He hasn't made a footballing decision. That's my issue.
Do you think that, I think the three of us just established, we're surprised at the drop-off of the competitiveness and interest in the league? Do you think he's surprised?
No.
Yeah, I think he's.
Of course. I think he knew from the jump that this is going to be a walk in the park. It's not even compared.
No, but do you think when he went there believing genuinely that it would be a competitive, significant league? Like him playing against N'Golo Kante, there's something in that, right? Do you think he thought that the standard of football would be maintained? The interest it's very important to acknowledge the interest. You know, if we were all crowding around tellies watching the Saudi league, you know, when Al Hilal play Al Nassr, if we were doing a live for that, Jordan Henderson wouldn't have to move.
Yeah,
of course,
because people would be aware.
Coverage on it. Yeah.
But it has just dropped off,
and that's down to the.
But
the rest of the other players, the other players in the league, the homegrown talent is not up to scratch, isn't it? It's not even Championship. It's not even League 2 level.
Would you have him at Arsenal? Would he get in your team?
Henderson.
Yeah.
I'll take him on a loan. Would I take Henderson on a loan? Yeah.
Does he get you over the line? Does he somehow?
He brings winning experience. There's obviously no one in your side except City players have won the Premier League.
And Chelsea.
Yeah, winning experience.
Jorginho and Havertz.
Yeah, they've
Champions League.
Champions League. And Euros as well.
And league titles, obviously.
Yeah.
But I wonder,
and Martinelli as well.
Wait, this is going to sound ridiculous.
Brazilian league.
But Calvin Phillips is going to move, which leaves you slightly depleted. Hang on. Just let me ask you.
I will. Yeah.
When I started asking this, it sounded ridiculous. But I'm now actually thinking if this is a legitimate statement. Could Jordan Henderson do a job for Man City for 6 months?
Yes.
No.
Could he?
He's nowhere near good enough.
With Pep Guardiola, yes, he could.
Could he?
100%.
I remember Pete Jordan Henderson. We're talking 2018 World Cup semi-final. He had to run midfield against a Croatia side that were very flat, very low on energy. He can't run a midfield. City win. Whatever you say about Arsenal, they're trying to copy City. Liverpool got their own approach. He's not a ball-in midfielder. He cannot control a game of football to save his life.
Though. But that's City's game. But could you use him? So if that's what you've just described there, Calvin Phillips isn't that?
No, Calvin Phillips had more of a role in the lead side at Lincoln up play. He's a far better footballer on the ball than Jordan Henderson.
For Liverpool?
Yeah, he's better footballer than Jordan Henderson.
Compare.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Mate.
No, he's not. Are you crazy?
Look, I understand what you're saying if you're making it De Bruyne. Right.
Yeah.
But I think there is a world in which the Venn diagram of Jordan Henderson and the Venn diagram of Calvin Phillips, there is an overlap.
Yeah, of course.
And if Calvin Phillips ends up leaving, that means there is a hole in your squad for that sort of player.
Liverpool in then, and the ball into Diaz was absolutely shocking. It's still 0-0 as we're doing.
I think Henderson can get into Man City.
Would you have him anyway? Does
No.
he? Okay.
Liverpool,
okay. Name the
rubbish.
club. Name the club. Name the
Palace.
club that. No, he's better than Forest.
Villa.
Palace. He's better than.
Spurs.
Okay, wait. Villa's interesting.
Newcastle.
I don't think he gets in the Villa team though.
Newcastle.
No, he can't go there though. Sunderland.
I don't think he starts for anyone in the top 6. I don't think he should start. I think he should be on the bench in and around, especially as a loan deal. You can't just come in here and demand a start.
He gets in the Tottenham team.
No,
Doesn't he?
No, not Sarr, Basuma, and Maddison.
No, but say now. So if things go well for Basuma in Africa, he won't be back till mid-Feb.
Because they got Cooley.
Hang on, Højbjerg's not better than Henderson.
It's not even that. They played Cooley in the 10.
Højbjerg might be average in the Premier League. For the last 6 months, he's played in the Premier League. Jordan Henderson's playing against randoms in the Saudi Arabian League and Kante every now and then.
But that's like being out of the Premier League
for 6 months is a tax. It has to be a tax. But when you come back, you are a different player. When Thierry Henry came back to Arsenal on loan, he scored against Leeds. He was a great finish. He'd lost a bit.
But what's the difference?
You lose a bit of edge.
In fairness, Romeo Lavia has been out for as long as Henderson.
Yeah, but he's training around Premier League footballers.
And he's still younger than him.
And he had a full season last season.
No, I'm just saying, like Boovy's saying, if you're out, and you come back a different player.
It'll take him a few months
I'm saying
to get
that
back
it's
into
only the same. It's only the same as being injured.
No,
I'm trying to establish. Maybe it isn't.
But he's training with rubbish players.
Yeah. The mindset's different.
You've been training for 6 months with rubbish players, and your confidence has gone down. He's 8th in the. He's gone from Liverpool to 8th in the Saudi Arabian League.
I don't think that's going to.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think Henderson has that same competitive edge he does in that Saudi dressing room than he did with Liverpool last year?
No,
exactly. So he's
But I don't think he won't be as competitive. I just don't think he'll be demonstrating it in the Riyadh derby.
No. But I think if he goes to
But we're all competitive. Sit in a pub, be competitive. Your fitness and quality levels have dropped off because you're playing in a rubbish league that's worse than the Vanarama League.
Do you think managers? Okay,
it's worse than Vanarama.
Do you think managers? Let's try and pretend that you're a Premier League manager. Like seriously, look at it through the lens. You are Ange Postecoglou.
No.
So you're not tribal, right? You're
Give me another.
Okay, you're Unai Emery.
No.
You happy?
Give me another.
Mate, you're Mikel Arteta.
De Zerbi.
Okay, you're Mikel Arteta. You're De Zerbi and Mikel Arteta.
Mikel.
You are.
Roy
Pep
Hodgson.
Guardiola's not correct here.
Give me Roy Hodgson.
No, not Hodgson. It's better.
Give me who's
better.
Luton's manager? Rob
No.
Edwards.
You're not.
Rob
Mate,
Edwards.
you're not there. You're not there. We're talking about teams in
Vincent
the top
Kompany.
8. No, you're talking about teams in the top 8. Seriously, try and look at this through.
Mate,
like,
you think top 8? I don't think top 8. I think middle band Premier
if
League.
you're
matters.
Ange Postecoglou being asked this question, if you're Ange Postecoglou being asked this question, does he look at it and think, okay, Jordan Henderson can bring X, Y, and Z, something that my team is lacking? This does work for me. You're looking at it. We're doing it through football fans, tribalism, whatever else. Do you think Postecoglou will go, yes, he can do a job? Or do you think Unai Emery will go, yes, he can do a job? Or do you think Pochettino will go, yes, he can?
Yeah, I think he can, man. For 6 months, it's Jordan Henderson. He's going to bring experience. There's tons of games coming.
Yeah.
It's rotation.
Yeah.
Come on, he's better than most of these players that's in their squad anyway.
Yeah, he's better than Richards for Crystal Palace. That's what I said.
Oh God, bro.
I said it.
Come on, man, stop it.
Palace in mid-table. In around
Okay, for
mid-table.
example, Jordan Henderson's better than Vieira that plays for us, even though he's injured now. He's
different
better
position.
than Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, but that's our midfield.
Yeah.
That's our core midfield.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, Vieira. So I'll take a Henderson.
I
for
don't
6
think
months.
he's as bad as Boovy's making out.
Nah, he's not. He's still got quality.
Do you think he goes to the Euros?
Yeah.
If he gets a loan here, he definitely goes to the Euros.
Hey, we're
Do you think
saying
he
that.
will get a loan here?
Yeah, he will.
I think he'll push for it. Yeah.
To where?
At Brighton.
Yeah.
I could see him at Brighton.
But then it's Milner and him, and it's
Milner.
no.
Yeah, but not Milner's.
Could he go to Chelsea?
Yeah, he would love to go to a Chelsea. Yeah.
Could he go to Chelsea? I'm just thinking about what we
Everton?
lack.
Do you think he'll do it at Everton?
Everton. Yeah, I'm
They
talking a
can't
big
scouts,
club
man.
mid-table.
I know.
He can't.
I'm just
You
scouts.
can't
testing
do
the-
that.
I'm just
Forest.
testing the
I see Forest. Forest.
Fulham
Palace.
would be a good one for him.
Luton.
Him and Polini are in there. Fulham.
Wolves. Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill's a good manager. Rate Gary O'Neill a lot.
Just let me. I just think that this is so hard.
Very good manager.
He's gone from being like 12 months ago. He was starting for a team. Well, 18 months ago, he was a captain of a team that nearly won a quadruple. And now we're saying Palace. Like, I just think the drop off isn't what you're saying.
I don't think it's
He-
Palace.
he's not that good, man.
But he ain't getting back into Liverpool.
There are some players that fit a manager to a T, and that's him. That's Jordan Henderson.
You know what? I think Villa would be probably the perfect one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Villa.
Just to let you all know that there are now 11,000 of you who have joined us in the official club mini league. Thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. Remember, if you haven't yet joined us on Super 6, please do us a favour. Please. It really helps us out, and it will not cost you a penny. And if you do well, if you predict 6 football scores correctly, you will win £250,000. And if you win our mini league, you get £100 to spend at Classic Football Shirts on anything that you like. So please do sign up. It will really help us out. Booth?
I'm looking forward to the game at the end of the season because you can play against Pitchside in the end of season match if you sign up with Super 6. So make sure you download the app. Obviously, join our mini league as well.